Hey guys, so in today's video, we're going to be doing a backtest of the strategy that I posted in my previous video. Now, the previous video, I talked about this strategy where we wait for a sweep of the previous daily candle's high or low. And then once we've got that sweep, we then take a trade in the opposing direction. Now, in this video, I said if I get 100 likes, then I'm going to be doing a full backtest to figure out if the strategy is actually profitable or not. And well, as we can see, the video has now gotten 116 likes. This means that in today's video, we're going to be doing a backtest so that we can figure out together if this strategy is actually profitable or not, and whether we should take it on a live account. So if you enjoyed the video, then let me know by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to the channel. But without further ado, let's jump straight into this backtest. So to make this backtest as fair as possible, we're going to get this website to give us a completely random date. We're then going to plug it into our FX replay so that we can get as accurate data as possible. We're going to pick a random date that falls in between the 1st of January 2022 and the 31st of December 2024. So if I click get dates, it gives us the 27th of April 2022. So we're going to come over to our FX replay and we're going to have our starting balance as 100,000. We're going to run this backtest on the NAS 100 pair and we're going to start it on the 27th of April 2022 at 6 a.m. in the morning. We're going to give it the previous daily candle high / low name. We're going to hit save. And here is our backtest ready to go. So I'm going to do 3 examples just to go over exactly how we're going to run with this strategy. And then once those 3 examples are over, I'm going to speed up this video. Once we get to the end, I'm going to give you a breakdown and an analysis of all of the results that we compile. And once that's all done, we will have completed this backtest. So stay till the end to figure out if this strategy is actually profitable or not. Example number 1, we're going to mark out the previous daily candle's high or low. So once we've done that, we're going to drop down to the 5-minute and we're simply just going to wait for price to either come and take out the low or the high. So we didn't actually sweep the high or the low of the previous daily candle on the 27th of April 2022. So that means on that day, there was no trade. So moving on to the next day, we can see that we've just crossed over onto the 28th of April 2022. Now I've got this indicator on which shows me the previous day's high or low so that I don't have to manually mark it out. Just makes my life a little bit easier. So I'm just going to play price on until we get a sweep of the high or the low. And as we can see, we get a sweep of the previous daily candle's high right here. So once we get that, we're now going to wait for a 5-minute market structure shift. We're now going to identify our fair value gap or order block that we're going to be taking our entry from. And in this case, we've taken our entry from this order block, which caused that market structure shift. After that, we're going to put our stops above the most local high, and we're simply going to target a 1 to 2. We're going to place the order with a 1% risk. So as we can see, we're risking 1% on a $100,000 account, which equates to $1,000. And we're estimating that we're going to make $2,000 in profit. So we're either going to lose 1,000 or make 2,000. So we're going to place this order and then we're going to play price on. Price comes back, taps us in, and then it starts moving in the opposite direction. So that is a good sign. And as you can see right there, we hit take profit. So now if I pull this up, we can see that the first trade that we've taken has given us $2,000 in profit. So as we can see, we didn't actually get a trade on the 29th of April 2022, which means for that week, since we've started, we've taken 1 trade, 2 days where we didn't trade. But overall, we've grown the account by 2%. So now we're moving on to the next day. And as we can see, we've got a previous daily high and low right there. So now we're simply just going to play price on until we get a sweep of that previous daily low or high. And as we can see, we get that right there. So now we're waiting for a 5-minute market structure shift. And what we can see from structure is that we put in this lower low, lower high, lower low. So now we need to break above this previous lower high in order to get a market structure shift. So if we take a look at what price is doing right now, we can see that we've actually just gotten a market structure shift right there. So now that we've got that, we're now going to identify our area of interest where we're going to be taking our entry from. And in this case, it will be this order block right here. So then we put our entry at the open of that order block, stops go just below the low, and we always target a 1 to 2. So that is a 1 to 2 right there. We're now going to place this order with, again, a 1% risk. And if I play price on, we can see that price taps us in and consolidates for a while and eventually goes on and takes us out. Guys, just before we get into this backtest, I really just wanted to showcase to you how incredibly amazing we are doing inside of the VIP group. As you can see, for the month of August, we closed out with a respectable 9.57% gain. And for the month of September, we're already on 7.35%, where I've sent 5 trades into the VIP group this month, and all 5 have been winners. That means our win rate is 100% for this month of September. Now that is incredible because all of these trades I've been able to send to the VIP group and they've been able to take it with me. Just the other day I sent both of these GU and this EU sell limits into the group, and as we can see, both trades hit take profit. Not only was I able to profit, but so was every single member inside of the VIP group. Now, if you're looking to join, then I'm going to leave the link down in the description where I hope to see you become part of the community. But without further ado, let's run straight into this backtest. Right guys, so here we are having completed the full backtest for this trading strategy. As we can see, we've taken a total of 31 trades. Our win rate is sitting at 51.61%, and overall our account has grown by $15,000. Now yes, the win rate may be a little bit low at 51%. However, we can see that the total gain on the account has been 15.83%. That in itself shows that this is actually a profitable trading strategy. Now, again, we've only taken 31 trades. This is a very small sample size. I usually recommend my students gather a minimum of 2 years worth of data or at least 100 trades. So this is a relatively small sample size, but it goes to show that even with a small sample size, we've still got a 51% win rate. That means that over a bigger sample size, this strategy will prove to actually be much more profitable. Not only that, but once you compile all of this data, you can then actually go ahead and start to dig a little bit deeper to actually start refining the strategy. Now we can start refining this strategy by doing things such as this. We can see that the performance per hour dictates where we are the most profitable and where we are the least profitable. By the looks of it, we are taking the majority of our losses before 8 AM in the morning, and we're taking a bunch of losses during 12 PM. That means to refine this strategy, we can simply say that we're not going to trade before 8 AM and we're going to skip out the hour window between 12 PM as well. So this way, we will only be left with the good trades that we can see on the screen right here. Not only that, but we can also see that Thursdays seems to be our least profitable day. That means we can further refine this strategy by saying that we're no longer going to be trading on a Thursday, and on Tuesday we've taken the biggest losses. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays we're not going to trade this strategy, we're not going to trade before 8 AM, and we're also not going to trade during 12 PM. That starts to show us that refining the strategy will now not only make it better, but it will give you a better win rate, and over a large data set, it can actually prove to be much more profitable. Having said all of that though, with every single strategy, you have to understand that losses are part of the game. We can see here that there have been multiple days when we've taken losses, multiple days when we've not even taken a trade. Trading isn't all about being in a trade every single day, but rather being in higher quality setups and refining your strategy to the point where if you execute, you know that it is an A++ setup. This means when you get into a trade, you have to be super confident, understanding that it might be a loss, it might be a win, but you've done everything you can to make sure that it is more of a win than it is a loss, right? So we can see that multiple days we didn't take a trade. That means you just sit on your hands and you do nothing. And you have to be okay with that. There were days when we've taken 2 consecutive losses in a row. You have to be okay with that, right? There are going to be things that happen that are out of your control. You just have to accept that and you have to keep it moving. But there is a super powerful tool within FX Replay, which is the simulation all the way at the bottom. So what we can do is we can actually say that we want 10 more simulations where we have 100 trades inside of each simulation, and we're going to have it running with all of these settings and data that we've already collected. Now, if I hit start simulation, we can see that over a 10 simulated period of trades where we take 100 trades, this strategy actually comes out profitable each time. It's going to show us the lowest winning simulation and the highest winning simulation, and in every single one, we're profitable. That means over a long-term horizon, over a longer period of data, this strategy is actually very profitable. So do with that data what you will. I've given you enough resources and enough of a head start with this trading strategy where you can now go take this into your own hands and do a longer backtest. Collect data on 100 trades, 200 trades. Start to refine it. Take away certain days, take away certain times, maybe test a different pair. Doing all of this is going to give you that perfect edge in the markets, which you can then use to continuously grow as a trader and start extracting profits from the markets. Now, if you want a little bit more help with all of this, then click that link down in the description, join my free Telegram and send me a message so that we can potentially work together in the future where I can help you with all of these things such as backtesting and putting together a trading plan. But that pretty much wraps up this video. If you did enjoy it, then please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. But on that note, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video.